For today's cup of coffee, we have an article that I'm recording this on July the 28th, which is Friday. And if you'll notice, stories that they want to cover up, they feel like they have to report it, but they want to cover it up. A lot of times those will be released on Fridays because people don't usually keep up. They're looking for the weekend to begin, all that type of stuff. They're usually full of information and bullshit and everything else from the previous week, especially this past week. So it didn't surprise me that this article came out today. And this is from Daily Mail by Josh Boswell. And again, that is July the 28th. The head of the Pentagon's UFO office has slammed the congressional hearing on July the 26th, 2023, in which 3 whistleblowers claimed they had firsthand encounters or knowledge about secret government programs involving technology that is non-human. Sean Kirkpatrick issued a statement July 28th denying some of the witnesses' claims, drawing a fiery rebuke from lawmakers. David Grusch, a former top intelligence official, testified that in his role liaisoning with Kirkpatrick's office on UFOs, he discovered the government was keeping crashed non-human spacecraft secret from the public and illegally from Congress. In his statement, Kirkpatrick called the testimony insulting and claims Grusch was, quote, never a representative, end quote, to his unit officially called the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. The claims directly contradict Grusch's previous description of his government roles, vetted by both the House Oversight Committee and media that served as the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, lead on UFOs, reporting to AARO until April of 2023. Kirkpatrick, in a personal statement reportedly posted on his LinkedIn page, slammed the hearing, saying he was, quote, deeply disappointed at the denigration, end quote, of civil and defense staff. I'm trying. The snot is just coming through. It's bleeding over, so just bear with me. He wrote, quote, I cannot let yesterday's hearing pass without sharing how insulting it was to the officers of the Department of Defense and intelligence community. And to be clear, AARO has yet to find any credible evidence to support the allegations of any reverse engineering program for non-human technology, end quote. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who was instrumental in organizing the congressional hearing, ripped into Kirkpatrick for criticizing the hearing's witnesses, including 2 former Navy pilots who encountered strange objects over the ocean moving in ways that defy physics. The Florida Republican told DailyMail.com in an exclusive interview, quote, that's crazy to me that they would even try to discredit them. The fact that Kirkpatrick just tried to discredit the other 2 witnesses that were legitimate pilots for the military that had the gimbal and tic-tac videos that were confirmed by DOD is the exact reason why I think people don't trust AARO. The evidence was brought forward by multiple veterans who actually had confirmed video footage of the tic-tac and gimbal of advanced technologies that exist. The DOD even admitted it. Like, what are they talking about, end quote. I like Luna. I really do, and I'm glad that she refuted dude. In November of 2004, Fravor encountered a strange tic-tac-shaped object while flying his jet in a training exercise off the coast of Southern California. Another pilot filmed it on infrared video, a clip which was then leaked to the New York Times in 2017. Graves had a similar UFO encounter around 2015 on the off of the U.S. East Coast, and his fellow pilots got the object, which he described as a cube within a sphere, on video too. The Department of Defense has authenticated 3 videos of the objects seen by the pilots David Fravor and Ryan Graves, shot from their fellow pilots' jets, and has not not provided an explanation for the accounts of their incredible speed and agility. The comments from Kirkpatrick and Luna set the stage for a blazing row that is erupting after the bombshell testimony, as Luna vowed to follow Grusch's claims by interviewing more witnesses, issuing subpoenas, and demanding documents from the Pentagon. In Kirkpatrick's statement, he said, quote, "None of the whistleblowers from yesterday's July 26, 2023's hearing ever worked for AARO or was ever a representative to AARO, contrary to statements made in testimony and in the media," end quote. A source close to Grusch described his roles to DailyMail.com as first the National Reconnaissance Office representative to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, a previous incarnation of AARO. Grusch then moved to the NGA as co-lead, who reported to AARO and was responsive to AARO tasking, the source said. They said proof of his role would be readily available from Grusch's NGA performance report and government emails, though neither have been publicly released yet. Defense News magazine The Debrief got the first interview with Grusch in June of 2023. It reported he served as the Reconnaissance Office's representative to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force from 2019 to 2021. The site said that from late 2021 to July 2022, he was the NGA's co-lead for UAP analysis and its representative to the task force. Grusch also described his role in a televised interview with cable channel News Nation last month. Luna said the House Oversight Committee conducted an extensive background check before the hearings that verified his government roles. She stated, quote, "Oversight did, and also News Nation were apparently provided documentation and confirmed it," end quote. Among Grusch's claims at the hearing were suggestions that the government may have been involved in murder while covering up its alleged UFO secrets. Grusch told lawmakers that he was scared for his own life after becoming a whistleblower. Kirkpatrick said in his statement, quote, "Allegations by hearing witnesses of retaliation to include physical assault and hints of murder are extraordinarily serious, which is why law enforcement is a crucial member of the AARO team, specifically to address and take swift action should anyone come forward with such claims," end quote. He said testimony would lead viewers to wrongly conclude, quote, "AARO has been ineffective, non-transparent, and delinquent in its legislative missions," end quote. Kirkpatrick said his staff, quote, "have been working diligently, tirelessly, and often in the face of harassment and animosity to satisfy their congressionally mandated mission. They are truth seekers, so am I, but you certainly would not get that impression from yesterday's hearing," end quote. Okay, can you say gaslighting cranked to 11? Because Kirkpatrick not only basically was intimating that Grusch was lying, but that the Congress people, the elected officials like Miss Luna, that they were incompetent, that they didn't have the ability to vet somebody. And he's saying that that's why people don't trust DOD and AARO or whatever the hell it is. No, they're government. None of us trust them. And especially the higher up, if it's Defense Department, if it's Pentagon, if it's any of these agencies that do not allow themselves to have oversight of elected officials, hell no, we don't trust them. And as far as people disappearing and being unalived, well, that's one of the main things that they do. They shut up anybody that would dare speak out against them. The citizens of this nation know this. Mr. Grusch knew that. So for this to be, and for him to put it on a LinkedIn page that he was offended, well, Snowflake, honey, I'm sorry. You just going to have to get up off your ass and dust yourself off. Life is offensive. There's those of us that have lived in this nation for quite a while, and guess what? We're offended. We, the people, are pissed. I'll leave it there. If you've had experiences with the paranormal and supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the link to the article will be there in the description box. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Continue to be in prayer for this nation, please, and for the whole world. Now, that's the one thing that's holding us all together right now. Know that you're loved, and Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.